Hello there. This lesson, Algebraic Equations, is not new for you, in the sense that you have been creating equations to solve the word problems. For example, in ratio and proportion lecture, you solve the equation with the cross multiplication principle. When we have two fractions that are equal, we can cross multiply. In percentage lecture, you created equations to solve the word problems. In discount problems, we used equations. So equations are everywhere. In this lecture, I am going to organize your concept so that we should reach to the complex equations where the word problems involves two equations and there are two variables, like the very famous age word problems and some other types. Some questions are very simple, they can be solved in just one step. In this equation, we will take this 8 to the right hand side and subtract it. In the second equation, two steps are involved. First, we have to subtract 8 and then we have to divide 2 at the right hand side. These equations have one variable and then we have equations which have two variables. An examiner can ask you that solve for x in terms of y. Then you have to simplify it by keeping x on one side. 2 is multiplied here, so we'll divide it at right hand side. And we can distribute 2 like this. If the value of y is given, if y is 2, what is the value of x? Then you can just plug in the value of y in this simplified equation. And there are work problems which involve two equations and two variables. Then you have to pick up one equation and solve it for one variable. It is very simple. You can plug in the value of x in the second equation and solve for y. And there is also another approach. You can subtract the first equation from the second equation. The first method is a little lengthy, but in the second method you have to be a little careful. In adding and subtracting the equations, our purpose is to eliminate one variable. And sometimes the equations have to be modified so that we should easily eliminate one variable with the help of subtracting or adding. We'll solve the example from the past papers and the very famous age word problems where we have to deal with the two equations. Let's take the example of this two-step equation and see a word problem related to it. A pack has 20 stickers. The bigger stickers are 8 and the smaller ones are in pair of 2. How many pairs of small are there? This is a very simple version where you can use this equation. But examiners are more prone to test combo of concepts. Like they could ask you, what is the percentage of bigger ones? Or a more practical example if I would modify it in this question. A pack has 20 stickers. The bigger stickers are 40% and the smaller ones are in pair of 2. How many pairs of small are there? The question also tests your knowledge of handling percentage. First you have to calculate the amount of the bigger stickers and then finding the total pairs of small ones. Well, we should be careful which operations are required to solve the problem. If I further modify this question, a pack has 20 stickers, the bigger stickers are 40%, the shopkeeper sells the bigger ones in 3 rupees each and the smaller ones in 2 rupees each. How much he earned? First you have to calculate the amount of the bigger and smaller stickers, the same way we did before. Then you have to create an equation for earning. You can solve this. This is a very famous type of word problem which involves two equations and frequently appear in all GMAT based exams. A farmer keeps hens and rabbits on his farm. One day he counted a total of 70 heads and 196 legs. How many more hens than rabbits does he have? The meaning of 70 heads is that the total hens and rabbits are 70. So we can write it in equation form. X plus y is equal to 70, where x is rabbits and y is hens. And total legs are 196. Hens have 2 legs and rabbits have 4 legs. So equation is 4 times the number of rabbits plus 2 times the number of hens is equal to 196 legs. We can simplify this equation. We have two equations with us. Now we'll solve this question in two ways. With the first method, we pick up one equation and solve it for x, and then we can plug in the value of x in the second equation. We can solve the second equation for y, When we have the value of y, we can insert this value in any of the above equation to get the value of x. And then the question is, how many more hens than rabbits does he have? So y minus x, 42 minus 28, 14. 14 more hens than rabbits. The second method is more smarter than the previous one. If we subtract the first equation from the second equation, then we can get the value of x. In this method, the main objective of adding or subtracting the equations is that you should be left with one variable and the second variable is cancelled. So we insert the value of x in the first equation to get the value of y, and in the same way 14 more hens than rabbits. The boy bought 5 more pens than markers. If the total pens and markers are 29, what are the number of markers and pens? This question also requires us to create two equations. When you have to convert these words into an equation, you have to be very careful. A very common mistake is to write like this: pen plus 5 is equal to marker. Thinking that pens are more, so 5 is added in pens, this is wrong. The right equation is P is equal to m plus 5. You have to think carefully while creating an equation. Your equation should be right. If you are confused, suppose the values and then make them equal. If markers are 5, then pens must be 10. 5 more. So pens equal to markers. Now think where the 5 should be added. It should be added at marker side. Only then this equality sign will be justified. And the second equation is simple. Total pens plus markers. Total pens and markers is equal to 29. We have two equations. Now plug in the value of P in the second equation and solve for m. When you know the number of markers, then insert this value in any of the above equation to get the number of pens. This is one of the very important questions. If length of rectangle is twice the width of rectangle, what is area if perimeter is 30 feet? Again, very careful in translating the first sentence. If we just consider the face value, we could write it like 2L is equal to W, and that's wrong. Because there is an equal sign, so length is equal to 2 times width. Second equation is the formula of the perimeter, and the value of a perimeter is given, 30 feet. Plug in the value of L and solve for width of a rectangle. Now we can calculate length of a rectangle. And finally the area is calculated because we have the values of length and width. Use the formula to calculate 50 square feet. The sum of the two numbers is 14. One number is 6 less than 3 times the other. Find the numbers. First equation is easy. Sum of the two numbers is equal to 14. Carefully create the equation for the second line. 6 is subtracted from 3 times the other number. Insert the value of x in the first equation and solve for y. And similarly, plug in the value of y in any of the above equation to solve for x. One number is 5 times as large as another. X is equal to 5y. Their sum is 48. X plus y is equal to 48. Find the numbers. And the same pattern is followed as we did earlier. The key is to create the right equations. If the equations are right, the further solution is very simple and easy. Solve this question by your own. Create a right equation for the first sentence and then the things will be easier. Age word problems also involve two equations and two unknowns. They can be based on one equation, that's not a rule. And in the same way, the real challenge is to create the right equations. So our next lecture is based on age word problems.